Hi, I don't want to make this a long video. I was just about to have breakfast, however shameful that is at 2:30 in the afternoon. It's just where my mental health is keeping me at the moment, and I'm just assessing life to be able to, how can I put it, find flow and a way forward again. So I just have to surrender to waking up at these ridiculous times. It's not what I want, but it's the truth. And yeah, no, I've already made a phone call today, tried to source a part for a boat, and in that communication, my mental health started playing a game. And it's played this game a few times before. It really does cling to language and tries to get me to think about what I'm saying and why I'm saying it and blah blah blah. And it had its value at one point in my life, and it will have its value again. It's a psychotic experience. It's like I've got somebody on my shoulder that's controlling the language part of my brain and the ability to speak, and it somehow got access to that part of me better than I do. So if I'm speaking to somebody, as I'm speaking, it monitors everything I wish to say and then manages to I mean, this is crazily fast that it happens, but it's almost like your own thinking. But as I'm going to say something, it will ask me a question and I'll have to think. But it's not a case of thinking, it's a case of speaking upon what you know, and that's why it happens so quickly. So it'll ask me a question about what I want to say, and I have to just respond naturally. Otherwise I'll be there on the phone, maybe. But the latest thing is, there's a little bit in there that just pissed me off just now, and I thought I'd make a video on it because, well, today's a lie. In truth, it's sunny. It's like the sort of day that you'd love to get up and go out and live life with. And not only does the weather really bring that out of us, but my mental health has emphasized it. So where should be depressed, like with these bags under my eyes, and about waking up at 2:30 and not having a clue how I'm going to get out of this rut. It's torturous to somebody who's easily stressed, and I'm having forced feelings of like summertime and hippiness and airy-fairiness, and that was my life like 15 years ago, man. Almost 15 years ago. I've wished for a summer since then, and it's almost like I'm being taken the piss out of at the moment. But coming back to language, it's a case of I'm speaking, and I appreciate the tone of my voice, how I speak, very without care, very almost disrespectful at times to the tone. But you know, I know how to be polite on the phone. I know how to interact to the means that we've been taught for communication throughout society and through school. So I'm never rude. So my mental health, all of a sudden, like I'm speaking, it's like it asked me a question. What you said, the way you said it, was sex on your mind, Andreas. I'm like, sex on my mind? And I think about it and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I carry on. And this persists. this persists. You know, I know myself, I know my language, I know who I am, I know why I have sex, I know why I talk. And I've got this thing pestering me. The way you're talking, Andreas, it's as if you're sexually frustrated. That's essentially it. And because of the frustration, what's happened is sex, instead of it being down below, has come to your head. And when you speak, it's all about sex. And I would have left it there. I wouldn't have made this video if it was just me, because I've got 1,000,001 things similar to that in my life from my mental health that bugs me. But what it is, this element reflects back out to us all and the collective psychosis, which I coined the term collective psychosis to reference this bullshit interaction of my life living firsthand with a mental health disorder where I have psychosis and it's labelled, you know, and if I venture too far out of it, I risk the what's it called, the punishments. I risk being sectioned, I risk being forced medication, I risk being essentially imprisoned in something that isn't a prison but a hospital. I risk my freedoms being taken away. That's my life because of my psychosis. Then I look back at us all and I realise we're all locked in a similar psychosis. I don't know to what extent, how it plays out, but I see this. And this is what I'm addressing. I'm saying this element, this idea that sex comes to language is a shared idea. And in my eyes, either the lady I spoke to on the phone, and this is probably what I believe is going on, is there to, because I believe you're all awake, man. I believe you're all somehow, you've gone through some sort of spiritual awakening process that was on some DIY shortcut, and I've just gone the long way around. And because I've gone the long way around and you'll take the shortcut, you're there. And I'm saying, how the fuck did you get awake? But that's what's showing me. So I'm speaking to this lady on the phone, and what she's sorry, I'm just out of breath. And what she does and what people do is play up to it. They're like, what? Did you really say you want to buy something with that tone? Does that mean you're sexually frustrated? That's not correct language and correct behaviour. And this is my experience back every time I interact with people. So there are two options. One, either you're all spiritually awake and you're there to just help antagonise my personal circumstances already, and then further make me question this collective psychosis between us all. Or secondly, you're all trapped in exactly the same place of this idea that sex comes to language, sex comes to tone, sex comes to voice. Either way, I don't know, but either way you're awake and you're playing this game that I don't play. And I've got this mental health bugging me the fuck out of me, and then I've got you all amplifying it by 1 billion. And this is just a video to say, look, whatever your game is, please stop. I mean, I've got 1 million other games my mental health gives me, and I just have to try to get to press game over, game over, game over, game over quickly as possible. So what I'm hoping is there's a little M button on that screen, and when I press it now, that's game over for this specific interim period of sex comes to voice. You're all welcome to play, just leave me the fuck alone with it. I'm okay with my lack of sexual interaction with anybody, my lack of interaction with anybody. I deal with it. I don't have a problem there. Of course I would love it to be better, but that's not reality. And that's it. Fun playing your games, man.